How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another Mystery Beer. Because mystery starts with a B. Yes, Mystery Beer Review. Last one. 7 to 7. I just did one that really confused the shit out of me, so I'm kind of coming to this one a little bit kind of like backpedaling, I guess you'd say. But it's a fun experiment. Nothing like putting your wiener out there on the table and see what happens. So yeah. Let's dial this motherfucker up. So here we go. One solitary question mark. No idea what's going on. It's a can. It's beer. Let's drink. Okay. Okay. Well, dark. Darker than one. I mean, it looks like, you're in your IPA, double IPA kind of vibe range-wise, but it's a little bit darker than you'd expect from those hazy beers. It's almost an imperialized kind of more tints of red and brown going on there. Let's put it that way. Fruit juice from here. Infinite creaminess, nice tight compact bubbles, and like I said, it's like an orange, brown, reddish kind of mixture with the haze for days going on. Let's get a nose on her. Yeah, very subtle peaches, very subtle pineapple, but it's all about the peaches on this for me, but very subtle. A nice sweetness there. The beer's not punching me in the face, but at the same time, it's giving me enough to where it's kind of getting me excited. I think it's going to be up there. I think it's going to be up there in the Imperial range. And it smells soft. It smells like, it smells like it has another kind of sweetness going on, whether it be some kind of like, I don't know if it's an adjuncty thing, but the sweetness has a softness, like not vanilla, but kind of like a white softness to it, to where it's like a little bit sweeter. I don't think there's lactose in there. I don't think it's vanilla, but it just seems a little bit off the nose, like it's a little bit softer sweetness instead of just straight candied sweetness. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Peaches, a little touch of citrus, and that'd be that. So yeah, let's drink it. Cheers. Yeah, a little bit of nice creaminess to it. Nice creaminess to it. Wow, actually, that's the coolest part of it. This is a very imperialized Pilsner vibe to it for me. From malt, like Pilsner malt bill, that's what I'm getting off here, to the creaminess. It's like an imperialized cream ale, imperialized Pilsner kind of vibe. Little bit of ranky, oniony kind of vibe going on now in the mouth. Still getting a little bit of that peaches going on, but it's been replaced with a bit more danky cutness. Not too crazy. I wouldn't even go danky onion. I go more danky weedy, but not like super cushy. It's like fucking, pretty restrained danky weediness. I'd still say it's an imperialized range with it. It has this nice creaminess to it. I don't know. Could be a flaked oat thing going on, but it also could be like a cream ale pilsner kind of thing going on. But it's pretty. It's tasty, but not overwhelming. It's not like throwing me all kinds of weird loops. It's just kind of like, okay, this is pretty tasty, but the calling cards aren't quite there. Yeah. Yeah. Weedy funkiness. Nice creaminess to it, mouthfeel wise, and tasty, but not higher in ABV than I want it to be. This has got to be up there, and just a little bit lacking as far as setting itself apart, like bringing some calling card kind of note to the table, to where it kind of like sets itself apart from all the other beers floating out there that are trying to be this. I'm almost gonna dive right into it because that's all I have to say. Mouthfeel's great in this one though. Loving it. Loving the mouthfeel on this one. Let's see. Oh, I had this tempted thing to guess beers. Oops, throwing beer around. I don't like to do it. I'm getting Magnify vibes off this one. But we'll see. The first one I did, the first mystery beer, I didn't guess it right. I guessed it pretty much right. I thought it was the one other half beer. I wanted to say what it was, but I was thinking I had the barrel aged version beforehand, and it reminded me. I was like, oh, is that tall, dark, and handsome or short, dark, and handsome beer? I had the barrel aged version, I had the base, but I was thinking of that beer when I was guessing it. So, but I didn't say it. So, for all you know, I could just be making that fucking story up. Another other half beer, Double Mosaic Dream. Okay. We got 11. We got a month on this sucker. It says Cully Rules. I'm just not getting it, man. I'm not. I mean, sure, the mosaic's there. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting a little bit, a little ranky weediness. Do you know what I mean? And you get a little bit of citrus, but it's not popping for me. It's 8.5% alcohol by volume, so it has the ABVs. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's just not doing it for me. I don't know. Yeah. Munch and not do much damage to this beer at all. Double Mosaic Dream. Just doesn't. Here's the thing. And this is why I wanted to do this. Because I just wanted to go into it and kind of taste beers for what they're worth. In this whole experiment, like I said, this is the last one I'm doing. This is 7 of 7. Ended up being a lot of other half beers. I know the guy who gave them to me, Keith. I know he gets a lot of other half beers, so I assumed there was going to be some in there, but a bulk of them were. But there's no way for me to know that. So I'm going into it kind of guessing and kind of thinking what's going on. And it's a good practice that what happened, because there's a lot of pretense and a lot of just assuming beers are going to be a certain way based off of who brews it and what it is. Even with looks go a long way, but this is a visual medium. I'm not going to sit here and drink out of a fucking mug to where you can't see what's going on. But, yeah, I mean, going into this, double mosaic, if I read those words and I know it's a double mosaic beer, I'm going to go in there expecting specific things, and I'm just not getting it in this beer. And I like the fact that I didn't know what it was going into it, and it just goes to show you. I mean, this is the most not scientific thing ever. I mean, beer is subjective, so my mean drinking, my mood comes into play. Everything comes into play, but I'm not king shit a fuck mountain, even though I think I am. I know I'm not retarded when it comes to tasting beer, and I can figure some shit out. There's people, infinitely better people than me doing this, tasting beer, but at the same time I'm not a schlub, so I can figure shit out. And to dive into this beer, more specifically the one before this, which is their Stacks on Stacks, and a couple of these other beers, it's cool to go into them not knowing what they are, and then coming out of it knowing that you probably would have went into it with a different mindset. Through this whole experiment, I believe there was one beer I really kind of just lost my fucking traction on. But even that, you know what I mean? It's just, I believe it was more picking up on specific notes. I'm talking about the Oil Slicks one where I thought it was a barrel-aged beer, but I was getting barrel char and confused that with smoke. But yeah, it's just a fun exercise to do, and it's a cool thing if you can get it done. Not just beer people that do beer videos. I'm talking about people out there who just drink beer, you normal people, because me talking on the camera about drinking beer is not fucking normal. To do this is a fun exercise. You know what I mean? It's to kind of go into beers and not know what's going on, and just kind of figure it out and go along the way. And like I said, I've joked a couple times, like throwing my dick on the table and doing stuff like that. I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I could give 19 flying fucks if I am quote unquote wrong. It's just fun to kind of go into it and and see what you think about beers. And that's the thing. It's not even a matter of being wrong, because what I taste is what I fucking taste. You know what I mean? Like, that's not wrong. You know what I mean? Well, maybe it is, because crazy people are crazy. But, you know, just to actually get in there and actually taste these beers and see what you think, and then open it up and kind of assume you would react a different way based off of the label and who made it and whatnot. It's just a fun practice. So anyway, let me talk about this beer. We'll finish this up. I'll ramble a little bit more. Obviously, last video of the mystery beers will be a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit, like I said, a little bit of ranky-danky weediness, a little citrus. It's hot. Mouth feels okay. The end of the story. One of the better double IPAs I've had as of late. No. Value and availability, its other half, you gotta wait in line. You have to pay money for it. And just say, if you like what we like this. If you like bitterness and high ABV beers and you want to get fucking lit. So yeah. And like I said, just basically recap the whole fucking tirade I just went on. It's a fun exercise, and it's just something that if you're gonna go out there and you're gonna talk about beer, and you're gonna not necessarily judge it, because I mean we're all judging everything we do, but kind of like say, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. If you just want to talk about beer in a way where you feel like you know what you're doing, I feel like this is a fun exercise to do, or just like I said in general, just to not necessarily test yourself, but just to humble yourself as far as what you think you taste and what you think you do, because you know what I mean. You really don't know going into it. Sure, there's a matter of negative. You know, there's a whole BJCP side of things where you actually sit there and you drink beers and you're trying to pick up flaws and positives and negatives. Then there's like picking actual notes out of a beer and actually being like, okay, this is this is that, as far as how it's made, whether it's, you know, lagered, what kind of hops are in there, whether it's barrel aged, you know what I mean, whether it's old, whether it's new, shit like that. In general, though, it's just a fun exercise, so it's just something fun to do, and I would love to see other people do it, just because I think we all get a little in a routine of the same shit. And it's fun to actually, I don't know, as I've said multiple times, put your dick on the table. So there you go. Yeah, fun fucking little session. Very other half, leaning other half. And like I said, I know he gets other half beers. Keith, thank you very much for doing this for me. It's infinitely cool of you. And I know he gets other half beers, but I didn't know it's going to be this other half heavy, which is funny because I assumed there would be some in there. I didn't think there would be that many, so it's kind of like each one I'd open one, and I'd know, okay, other half. And once I got to like a third other half, I'd be like, okay, it's definitely going to be different beers down the road. So it actually made me think even more. Like, it's like a little bit confusing. I was like, okay, there's no way there's going to be another other half beer. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like when you take a test, you know, if you're a sadistic teacher, make all the answers in the multiple choices A's, to where, like, the kids get halfway through the test and they go, there's no way it's going to be another fucking A. And it's kind of like that going on, to where it was, like, fucking with me even more, that it was the same brewery, most of the beers. But, yeah, thank you very much, Keith. Can't thank you enough for doing this. And, hey, this, before I even fucking forget, if anybody else out there wants to do this and fucking send me beers, please do so. This is fucking, I want to do more of this shit. I don't care how bad I fucking dumpster fire the shit out of beers, or if I nail them fucking correct, or whatever. This is the shit I want to do. So, if people out there want to do that for me, because that's what you have to do. This is, I'm never going to ask, unless it's a big brewery, I'm not going to ask people for beer, but if you're going to send me beer, and you're going to send me cans, because you can't really do it with bottles. I mean, this bottle, I'm going to review this in a bit. You could do this, because I have no idea what this beer is, because it's a waxed lid on it, but most bottles have a little bit of a, you know, logo or something on it where you can't do it. But if you can get something that you can send to me to where I don't know what it is, please do so, because I want to do more of that shit. Anyway, so yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this whole series as much as I did. Bit fun, confusing, humbling, and exciting all at the same time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. If you didn't, whatever, down there. Tell me everything you want to know, or everything you want me to know. And yeah, what else? If you want to check me out anywhere else on the internet, butchering beer reviews, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. The whole mystery review thing. The 7 mystery reviews, I guess you'd say. Hopefully you're enjoying a beautiful mystery beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.